and I want to call him Brown. Me and Brown was talking for a good 5 or 6 months until we met. We was talking on the phone and calling each other and stuff like that, and texting and stuff back and forth whenever he got a chance. But it was kind of odd because I met him online. You know how people was like, well, you shouldn't meet nobody online because it's kind of, he might be crazy, he might be a rapist, he might hurt kids. You just don't know. Mind you, I'm 17. You know, I really didn't care what's going on. But this is what my family was saying. And my family was saying, but I really didn't pay no mind. Mind you, I'm 17. I did what I want at the time. I was cold-hearted and stuff like that. So, okay, so, yeah, we was talking for a minute. And I went to go see him that day. It was, mind you, this was in these, mind you, when we was talking for 5 or 6 months prior to us hanging out more. So I first met him in December, but mind you, I knew him for quite a long time. But this is my first time even meeting him. So I met him in December of 2013. And we was kicking it. We was talking. We did everything together. So when I first met him in 2013, he texted me, Brown texted me, and it was like, yeah, I want to see you. I said, okay, cool, that's fine, I can come see you. And then I text my best friend, and we gonna call her Gold. Me and Gold has been friends for 8 years, and this is my go-to girl when I want to go to a party, if I want to go out, go to the mall, and stuff like that. So, me and Gold is like this. So, I text her, I was like, yeah, I'm meeting so-and-so, because I told her we been talking for a minute, and which we was, and we finally met up with each other. So, we was like, I said, can you just go with me, because I'm like kind of nervous, I don't know what's going on. So, I text her. She said, yeah, she's going to get dressed. And mind you, this was at December. And this was, when he texted me, this was like 4:30. Okay, so I'm thinking like, alright, my homegirl, my best friend not ready right now. So I'm going to just get ready, leave out, go to her house. Okay, I went to her house. Mind you, my best friend was pregnant around this time. Pregnant. She was, I think, 3 months pregnant. She was 3 months pregnant when she first found out she was pregnant. I was with her. That's my baby. So, she was pregnant, and I drove her outside, even though she said she didn't want to, but I was scared. I didn't want to go by myself. So, I went to her house. She was already dressed. She was doing her hair and stuff like that. I already had my hair done. I just needed my flat on my hair. Well, I want her to flat on my hair real quick. So she flat on my hair. And you know, we girls got the Oli up. Okay, so yeah. So we got dressed, and I texted him like we on our way. Mind you, around this time it was like 6:30, 7 o'clock. You know, us girls, we takes a long time to shower, do our hair, get dressed, find out what we want to wear, put our shoes on, and then all that other stuff. So, at this time, her mother was driving. So, her mother drove us downtown to drop us off. So, we went downtown, and me and Gold was waiting So we got hungry, so we went upstairs to the food court to wait for him and his friend. He said he was bringing a friend. I don't know why, but yeah, he was bringing a friend. And what else, man? He was bringing a friend. Okay, so he texted me. He said he was on his way. So he was walking down the street, and we was upstairs. We finished eating. So we got downstairs by the stores. See, I was shopping while I was there, because my mom gave me like $50, because I said I was gonna go to the mall with her and we gonna come right back in the house. She said okay. She gave me that prior to that, whatever. So we was walking around, and then it was getting late. We was talking, we was hugging, I guess, of course we was kissing, and all this other stuff. So we was talking, and me and friend. Okay, so my baby father had a friend, and we gonna call him White. Brown and White. Brown brought White with him. White was talking to my friend Gold. So Gold wasn't really feeling it, because she was pregnant, and then he was ugly and had a black eye. So they was talking, and then me and Brown was talking. So Brown went over to White and say, "What's up, y'all? What you doing? Why you what y'all talking about?" So we walked over there and see what they was talking about. So Gold asked White, "Why you got black eye?" So me and Brown started laughing. Mind you, at this time White was really intoxicated. He didn't know what to say out of his mouth, and I told him, stop being smart, because you're not about to talk to my best friend like that. So Brown was like, yeah, you need to chill, because you doing too much, bro. Like, you're doing too much. So at this time, everything started to get escalated and then out of proportion. So Brown had to take White out so he can walk, because he's really intoxicated. Like, he's drunk to the point like he couldn't even stand, he couldn't even talk and stuff like that. So he was just saying anything that came to his mind about my best friend Gold. And then Gold was like, well, I'm about to go home, because it's getting late and I'm pregnant and it's cold outside. So I said, okay, cool, that's fine. So I walked Gold to the bus stop, and me, Brown, and White was three. There's three of us together now. So me and Brown talking and kicking in and everything, just talking, just me and him, like walking and talking. We just having fun. We just being together. I just felt so safe around him. So we just walking and talking, and then he said he was gonna walk me to the library, but I said I didn't want to go home yet, because I really because I'm feeling this vibe, and I want to, keep going until it's really time for me to go. Okay, so White is intoxicated. He talking some whole other stuff, and me and Brown is talking, and we really talking about us and how we gonna keep this going and how we really want to be together. So I was like, okay, cool. We can really be. He wanted. And then him, prior to us talking, he really wanted to make it official. So, make it official. So he made it official that same night. So, even though we was talking about 4 months, months down the line to us meeting. So Brown was like, yeah, so you don't want to go home, where you want to go? I said, we can go back to your house. I just want to chill in the house and just leave under you until it's time for me to go. So he was like, okay, that's cool. So we caught the light rail, and we walked to a big building. So I'm thinking it was Brown's house, but it's actually White's house. So I didn't know Brown and White was living together. So White went to the bar. He was intoxicated. He said he was going to come back and whenever he finished. Okay, so, and rest in peace to Brown, rest in peace to White right now, because he just passed away. So White is walking, he's stumbling to the thing. Brown asked him, was he okay? You want me to walk with you? So he was like, no, I'm good, bro. So okay, cool. So we got to the house. We went upstairs. This is what it's like, a luxury house. So this house was real nice. It was real nice. It was big. It got like 3 bedrooms in there, 4 bedrooms. It was like a condo. So I was like, it was real nice in here. So, okay, so we sitting on the chair. White just finally came back. Okay, so White is cooking in the kitchen. So he fixing him something to eat. He fixed us something to eat. So we eating. White passed out on the chair. And we went in the room and watched a movie. So the movie that we was watching was Paranormal Activity 3. So we just sitting there chilling, laying down. I'm about to go to sleep. Mind you, this was the time I had a bun in my head. So everybody that knows me, I wear buns. And so I'm wearing the bun. And then Brown started kissing on me. And he finding, I don't want to say this, but he's finding places where I really like to be kissed. So I'm feeling it. So we wound up, we goes after that. Okay, cool. And you know what happens when you don't wear a condom. So, okay, so we finished probably like 2 hours, and mind you, I didn't know it was 2 o'clock in the morning. 1:30 in the morning. So he woke me back to the living room. I went home, and you know what happened. My mother fussing me out. Mind you, I'm 17. My mother fussing me out like, why the fuck why you outside at this time of night and all this other that. She texted my phone talking about, yeah, I was going to knock you out outside and stuff like that. I said, okay. So that led to an argument. So I ain't really saying nothing. So yeah. So now me and Brown is in a relationship. We see each other every day. We be with each other every day. And, you know, we still doing what we doing. And this time, okay, so we kept going. We was fussing and stuff like, you know, what arguments with relationships do. So, and this time we went out to the mall. Got us something from the mall. He bought me something. I bought him something. Of course, something the relationship do. So, okay, what leads to me how I got pregnant. Okay, so that same night, yeah. 2 months, 3 months, 2.5 months prior, after me having sex with my baby father now, I was in school, and I was having bad cramps. This was 2 months after we had sex. I was having bad cramps, and I didn't know I was missing my period. My period usually come on every two weeks. So I missed my first period. So I'm thinking like, oh, well, but I was having cramps, and I usually have cramps when I'm having a period. And I'm thinking my period was going to come on. But my period didn't come on. So I'm usually late sometimes because being on birth control and, you know, all that other stuff will mess your system up. And you will get irregular periods. So I'm just, okay, I let that slide. So I was in school, and I was peeing like every 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and that was unusual for me. And I was like, why am I peeing like this? And my closest friend in school, we gonna name her Pink. Me and Pink was real close, real close. So she like, yeah, why you keep going to the bathroom like that? Like every 10 minutes you go to the bathroom. I said, girl, I don't even know. I don't know what's going on, but I know it's something wrong with me because I don't know. Like it's like something going on with my body or something. So I'm thinking, I don't know what I was thinking at that time. I just didn't really pay it no mind, but I was just peeing and peeing and peeing. So, okay, so I just kept peeing, and my homegirl was like, yeah, didn't you say you was having an intercourse with my boyfriend? I said, I was doing that stuff. So I was like, well, she said, you need to take a pregnancy test. And then I told my best friend, go. She was like, yeah, take one. And then I called her. She said, take one. So I'm in school. So I'm like, all right. I went down to the nurse's office. You know, some schools do have pregnancy tests for females and stuff like that. So I was like, this is my first time, ever having it. So I went to the nurse office. I said, can I take a pregnancy test, please? She was like, okay, just sign this paper. Mind you, this was my 12th grade year. And I met him in my 11th grade year, but we didn't have sex until my 12th grade year. So, so we just, we waited. You know, you gotta wait like a minute or 5 minutes or whatever the case, I forgot. So, it came up, the pregnancy test, it came up. It had one line and another line. So, I didn't, she told me to come, because her desk is right here. This is her desk. And the bathroom like is over here. So I walked to her desk. I sat down and I had to wait. When I waited, she went in the bathroom because she had to put it in the bathroom or whatever in the little back office somewhere over there. She went in there, saw it, and she told me. She came in her office in a room because it's a room for us to, for us whatever happened. So I sat on the chair like a little doctor's office. That's how it really looked. So she was like, yes, Shay. Well, everybody called me in school Shay. So she was like, yeah, Shay, you are pregnant. I said, what? I'm pregnant. What are you talking about? Mind you, I'm 17 still. I don't turn 18 until November. So I'm just looking like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, no, matter of fact, I just turned 18. Oh, shit. I just turned 18. Shit. Damn it. Sorry. I just turned 18 in November. And mind you, we've been talking before since November. So I just turned 18. This is my 12th grade year. I'm looking like, you sure I'm pregnant? Like, you sure? Like, I don't remember me being pregnant. I don't know. I was so denied. Like, I was denying. Okay, so I had the paper. I had my supposedly due date. I had, the nurses gave it to me. They was like, yeah, this is your due date. But it was impossible because they had it as 2014, but in like August. So I'm like, no, that's not right. So, so yeah. So I had the paper and saying I'm pregnant. I had the little stick in the bag, and I said I was going to keep it. So I had the bag for a good, mind you, I was 2.5 months at this time. I had the bag for like 2 weeks. So, mind you, this is around, I want to say like, no, because I found out I was in 2 months. So I was like, it was like April. Okay, April. I'll say April. So, I I didn't tell my mother. I kept it a secret. So, my grandmother, God rest her soul, like you, mama, um, she asked me, and I denied it. So, mind you, I'm 18, don't want to tell nobody I'm pregnant, I'm scared, because I don't know how. It's my first child, I'm scared, I don't know what's going on. So, one day I was like, my baby father was telling me like, yeah, you need to tell him. So I'm like, yeah, I did tell him that I was pregnant. When I first found out, I called them and let him know I'm pregnant, and then it's your baby. He said, okay, cool. He did that. So, told my mom one day, she was sitting in the dining room. But prior to me telling my mother, I told my little sister that I was pregnant. And that was the worst thing I ever did, was to tell my sister. This phone. Tell my sister that I was pregnant. And then my aunt overheard me telling my sister that I'm pregnant. Then my aunt told my grandmother. My grandmother told everybody in the family that I was pregnant. Except for my mother. Okay, so I told my mother one day, so she was like, I said, come here, I need to talk to you. She was like, okay, about what? So I said, I need to talk to you in the kitchen. It's just me and you. And then my sister, like, yeah, Ma, she's pregnant. That's what she had to tell you. She's pregnant. Everybody looking at her like. Then my mother was just like, her face, because when her faces just started getting red. Her red face. And my mother is blacker than me. So, her eyes started getting red. She started crying. And she didn't talk to me for about 2 weeks. So, the third week when she talked to me, she took me to the pediatric side. Mind you, being 18 and under, you still go to pediatrics. Okay, so my mother took me. She set up an appointment. Okay, you know how doctors be like, well, you gotta stay out so you can make sure you talk to me as a doctor. You don't want the parent. It was like, well, are you sexually active? I said yes. So once you say yes, they gotta give you a pregnancy test. So another one, I had to pee in the cup. You know, I had to wait. And then in the paper, and the doctor came back and said, you are pregnant. My mother was in the room because my mother thought I was playing. I don't know why. She thought I was playing. So once she found out, she was like, yeah, now we gotta go to Planned Parenthood. I said, huh? Planned Parenthood. Mind you, Planned Parenthood is for abortions. She wanted me to abort my child. Mind you, I'm 18. I make those decisions if I want it. I talked to my grandmother. She was like, yeah, you should keep it. So my grandma was like, keep it. I said, okay, cool. I kept it. I kept the baby. Okay, so my mother was kind of upset, but she got over it because that being my first child, she was going to help me, and she did help me. Okay, so, okay. Mind you, my mother was there for me for my whole 9 months. Okay, so thinking the man was there, my baby father, No. My baby father was a man that really was in the streets. Like, you know, doing all that craziness in the streets. I wasn't a streets girl. I just would fell in love with him because I really thought I was really in love. Okay, so mind you, around, I want to say like, I forgot what day of the month was, but how I found, okay, so my baby father lied to me and told me that I was the only female that he was messing with. So I thought, the girl called my phone because she saw my number in his phone. So we arguing back and forth. Mind you, this is my boyfriend. And I told her, I don't give a fuck what you say and how you feel, but that's my man. So we arguing back and forth. Mind you, I didn't know she was pregnant as well. So mind you, around this time, she had her son, which is my son's brother. She had, we gonna call him Brown 2. Brown 2 is my son's brother. And the baby mother had him in June. I had my son in September of 19th. And she was pregnant when I was pregnant. We 3 months apart. When I was 3 months, she was 6 months. So we arguing. She talking about she can have him. But the messed up part is she was living with him. And I did not know because I went to White House thinking it was his house. Brown lived in the county, Baltimore County, and I live in the city. Brown was living with his mom. She was living with his mom. They is from the county. So I'm thinking I was the only person, the only female, the only baby mother. Whole time it was a whole nother person. So basically I was the side piece. She was the main. But he flipped it. I was the main and she was a side piece. So he spent it every day with me. Some doctor visits he came, but some he didn't. But that was some crazy mess. And me being 18, pregnant, I didn't want to deal with that. So I just stepped back, took care of myself, and I've been a single mom for 4 years now. My son is 4. But I'm going to lead to that. So told all my friends I was pregnant. They was happy for me and they was there for me. I almost got into a fight when I was pregnant. Matter of fact, I was fighting when I didn't knew I was pregnant. But I beat that whole ass. But anyway. Yeah, but that's how I found out I was pregnant. But it did hurt me when he lied. I had my son. I was supposed to have my son September the 23rd of 2014. But I had my son September the 19th.